doing, everyone? This is George from Ounce Analytics, and I'm going to show you the 3 most important KPIs that your business should be tracking to assess the health and optimize operations. This will transform your business from a struggling one to one that is using data-driven decisions to, again, optimize, scale, and enhance profits and operations. And you don't even need a fancy dashboard, which we sell, or which we provide. You just need a whiteboard, just like this. The first one that we're going to talk about is sales efficiency. Sales efficiency Don't pardon my handwriting. Sales efficiency. Sales efficiency, got my formula right here, is revenue generated over leads and ad spend, over ad spend. So basically, how much money you're getting in total versus how much you're spending to get those leads and generate those revenues and profits. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you spent, you got $5,000 in revenue. Let's say you got $5,000 in revenue and you spent $1,000 in ad spend. You spend $1K in ad spend. That means you have a 5-to-1 ratio in sales efficiency. And that's pretty good. For every dollar you spend, you're getting 5. You know what I mean? And if the higher your sales efficiency, the more money you make per dollar you spend. The lower your sales efficiency, the less money you make per dollar you spend. And you definitely don't want to have a negative sales. You definitely don't want to have a sales efficiency ratio that's less than 1. That means you're just losing money. And that's not what we're here to do. We're here to make money and scale. Right? So the main thing we want is a positive sales efficiency ratio. 5-to-1 is great, 2-to-1 can be just as good. And that's a simple calculation you can generate. And I can help you visualize this with a dashboard or plenty of different ways to really visualize this data and act on it. So if, let's say, there was a certain type of ad that performed better than others, and it had the strongest impact on our sales efficiency ratio, we would focus on doing more ads like that. If your social media ads or your web ads, like if let's say Facebook and Instagram are competing with ad efficiency, even though generally they go together, or TikTok or whatever, or YouTube. But let's say there was a certain app that generated the best results with ads, you would repeat and use that platform to then maximize the return on investment with your ads. Sales efficiency is basically ROI on ads, and by taking your revenue and putting it over your sales and putting it over your ad spend. The second one, customer retention. Again, pardon my handwriting, but you should get the point. Everyone wants new customers, but keeping them is even cheaper. You know what I'm saying? You have a repeat buyer. You don't have to keep spending ads to get them. They already know your business. They already value your product. Trying to get new guys is great, but keeping the ones you already have, it's about how much money you keep. You know what I'm saying? Keep it flowing. And so the retention rate is your customers at the end of the period. So let's say customers at the end of the month minus new customers over customers at start times 100. This gives you a percentage. Let's say you started the week with 100, ended with 110, and had 20 new customers. That means 90 of your 100 stayed. If your 90% of your customers that you had from the beginning of the month stay with you to the end of the month, that's a very good percentage. And I'm not saying you don't have to continue to get new clients and get new customers, but you know that the product that you have, the business that you're providing, is of value to the people that already support you. And that's what we really are searching for. So that when we get new customers, they stay longer. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, let's say we had a bucket or a pail. I don't know, that's a bucket. And we fill it with water. We had a bucket and we filled it with water, but there was holes in it. Holes in the bucket. No matter how much water you added, some would come out. But if you were able to patch those holes, you could fill the bucket up way faster. You know what I mean? And so then you're eventually working to capacity, then you get to the point where you have to scale. That's what we're really trying to do here. So you really want to retain the customers. And the final KPI is cash flow. Cash flow health. Basically, cash flow, simply put, is cash flow in, cash in, minus cash out. Pretty self-explanatory here. The money that comes in every week versus the money that goes out every week. It's a simple budgeting that everyone needs to do, but most people don't budget. They don't track their expenses, and they wonder why they can't do everything that they want to do. So let's say we made $500 this week, but we had to spend $600. We're operating at a loss. Negative $100. You're down $100 every week. That's not sustainable. That's not what we want to happen. But if you track this, you can spot it ASAP. That's the thing with visualization and analytics. The whole point is to be able to spot the leaks, spot the problems. Because a good question or solving the problem, you have to find the problem first. You know what I mean? So like, if we're losing money, then we can go. Is it sales? Is it expenses going up? Are people not buying our product? Like, you can find all the different mechanisms that take money and make money, and you balance it out. Basically, like the balance sheet. This is I believe this is a statement of cash flows in accounting. So this kind of talks about that, but that's on a fiscal and annual. Not fiscal. It's on an annual basis. But if we focus on the micro, that makes the macro. Focusing on what happens every week will amplify what happens every week dictates what happens every month. What happens every month dictates what happens every year. And if we can if we can be profitable every week of the year, we're profitable every month of the year. If we're profitable every month of the year, we're profitable every year. And if we're profitable every year, we're exactly where we want to be. So it's about cash flow health. It's very simple. It's about, it's kind of like that bucket. You fill it up you got so many different things that fill the bucket, and you got so many different things that empty the bucket. People drinking water, people using the toilet. You know what I'm saying? So going to the river, going to the lake, going to the well. That's how we put water in the bucket. But if people have to brush their teeth, people have to drink water, people have to cook, people have to use the bathroom. These are all things that would take water out of the bucket. And if we don't produce, if we either don't produce enough, bring enough water into the bucket to satisfy how much water is coming out of the bucket, we will run out of water. And everyone won't be able to do what they want to do with the water, and we won't be able to sustain ourselves. But if we can figure out things that are wasting water, or things that can bring us more water, this is very, very allegorical to money. But if we can do that, that's exactly where we want to be. Sales efficiency, which is revenue over ad spend. Basically, how was our money? What is the relationship between the money we make and the money we spend on ads? Is it generating enough leads? Are we making enough profit on each sale we make to satisfy and overcome? These all kind of saying the same thing, you know what I mean? But it's different ways of looking at a different thing, because there's different ways to make money and there's different ways to spend money. You know what I mean? in the customer retention, which was customer end minus new customer, customer new over customer start. And that's basically showing how valuable is your business to your consumer base. Do they want to stay with you? Do they value your product? Simple as that. And then cash flow. And these are all things that you want to check routinely. That's why I'm going to press in these videos and press in my offer, is that if you're able to find out, to really comprehend the numbers behind your business, you can then act on it in a more informed manner instead of going off gut instinct, emotions, and feelings that can be fleeting and can be incorrect. And and there's nothing wrong with it. I believe people have emotions and instincts that are very suitable and very useful to any endeavor. And especially in business, we have to understand, it's a people business. We have to understand people, we have to understand the times, we have to understand current events, and that is something that numbers can't capture. But numbers can reflect those things and give us the opportunity to analyze and assess the relationship between our numbers and what we should be doing next. So these are all things, so basically, you want all these to be positive. Positive relationship. The higher your sales efficiency, the more money you make per dollar you spend. The higher your customer retention, the more money you make per customer. The less you have to spend on ads because you have a strong consumer base. People are returning to your business. People are giving referrals. Your money is working for you and it continues to return to you because you are valuable. It's all about value. Value, value, value. And cash flow health is simply how much money we're making in a certain period of time and how much money we're spending in a certain period of time. And the difference is a direct visualization of the health of your business. If that cash flow health is positive, you're in a good spot. If the cash flow health is negative, you're in a bad spot. Basically, the difference between cash is basically just profit. Cash flow health is just profit. So all these are important. I couldn't put them in order of importance, but I would say cash flow health is very important because cash flow health and sales efficiency are highly correlated because revenue and cash in are essentially the same thing, and ad spend is a fraction of cash that goes out. So yeah, this has been Alice Analytics. 3 KPIs. 3 KPIs that are valuable to your business: sales efficiency, customer retention, and cash flow health. Hopefully this is a basic understanding of the numbers that are behind your business. And if you want a data audit where I personally use my systems and tools to analyze a certain period of time of your data, of your business, to give you the insights so you can comprehend what's actually going on, if there's any problems, if you what you want to change, how we can strategize the next steps for your business and accomplish our goals and scale and do well. So hit the link below, fill out the form if you want a data audit. I'll give you a free data audit just so we can help scale your business. All right, have a good one. Destroy.